Labs oil goes to work fast to relieve your discomfort and deliver the results one thought nearly impossible without a prescription. This powerful oil is not marijuana and contains no THC, the ingredient that gets you high. Oh yeah, CBD Labs oil has also been used to help thousands get a great night's sleep. Don't be fooled by all the imitators. Find out how to get a free bottle while supplies last.
To get your free bottle of CBD Labs CBD oil, 800-413-7451. That's 800-413-7451. Your free bottle for a limited time. 800-413-7451. 800-413-7451.
WQEE 99.1 FM The Key, home of Southern sports and talk. Newnan, Sharpsburg, Franklin.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
In the market for either buying or selling your home, City First Mortgage Service, LLC, is the first place for all your needs. Branch Manager John P. Lewis and his staff can serve you with a smile and professional courtesy. Serving Georgia, Alabama, Florida. 770-598-0860. John P. Lewis, City First Mortgage Service, LLC. We place you first.
Are you looking for guidance and direction? Stop on by the House of Light Tuesdays from 12 to 3 and have tea and tarot with Christy. The House of Light is located at 29 Jackson Street in Newnan, Georgia. Call 470-414-6711 for more information.
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele. It's now time for the House of Light presents The Wisdom Cafe, each and every week at this time on 99.1 FM WQEE. Here's this week's special.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to the House of Light presents Wisdom Cafe here on WQEE 99.1 FM. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Good. It's Friday.
Yes, it is.
what
Thank
that
goodness. You know what? It's also the last day of June.
I know, right?
Where did the year go? We're already halfway done with 2023.
I know. Have you already got your Halloween costume, your Christmas shopping done, and have you
And the turkey for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Have you got that done yet?
I know. It's incredible how fast things are moving. Really incredible. Yeah.
I know. This year will be up before you know it.
Yeah. I wanted to say a quick shout out, a thank you to everyone, including you, who joined us last Saturday for our birthday celebration. 3 years the House of Light has been serving the community, and it was such a overwhelmingly humble, beautiful, enlightening experience to see that house on Saturday. It was packed all day long. So I am so grateful. Thank you for all the love and all the support from everyone.
Well, I was excited about that as well. I come by and there was plenty of things to be excited about, but you also told me, because last week we were on the air and your daughter was getting ready to give birth and everything like that, because we were talking about the birthday, talking about my birthday. It was a couple of days ago. But the biggest thing I thought was it brought the whole family together, and it was excited to see members of the family over there and former members of the family at the House of Light, and you guys supporting each other. It was so awesome.
Oh, yeah. And I forgot. Yeah, let me tell you all. Guess what? You're right. Last Friday, we talked about Be Earth, the Be Earth Day. Well, my little grandson was born on Friday. Friday at 5:20 p.m.
Wow.
I had a Be Earth Day celebration for my grandson. His name is Farron.
Awesome.
Yes, my daughter Heather gave birth that Friday. I mean, talk about synchronicity, right?
Yep. She knew you were up here talking about it, so she's like, all right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to have it today.
Yeah. That was fascinating. So I brought a guest today. We have a very special guest. She's actually an author. And we will talk a little bit about this beautiful book she has written. But she is available. She comes to us at the House of Light every Thursday at 2 p.m. Talking transformation. She's there available just to talk and allow people to discuss what it is that's keeping them stuck in their lives. And we started off talking about the 4 agreements. The 4 Agreements is a very powerful book where if everybody on earth could just live by these 4 agreements, oh my goodness, life would be so different. So different.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I'd like to introduce Lynn to everyone. And Lynn, if you would, I'd like for you just to tell us what the 4 agreements are. And then I would like to go into your book and discuss your book and what I think is coming. And this is brand new, right, Lynn? We will also be forming a workshop around her book at the House of Light. Awesome. And what I would love to do is turn that workshop into a Zoom so that all of you all that listen to us on the radio can also partake in some of these beautiful offerings we have at the House of Light.
Awesome.
You'll be able to join us on Zoom and be present for some of these workshops we're doing.
Definitely so.
Yes, yeah, because I appreciate you all too. I do. I can't see you, but I can feel you. I really can.
Sure.
Yes, and I appreciate you. All right. Hi, Lynn.
Hi. Well, thank you. First of all, let me say it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, the 4 agreements definitely are life changers, and they seem so simple until you start trying to implement them, and you realize how much is really involved in this stuff that you don't need to be thinking about. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And that's not only the words that come out of your mouth, but the words in your head, the words you say to yourself. What are you telling yourself? How wonderful you are? How beautiful you are? How talented you are? Be impeccable with those words. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. And don't we do that? How do you like this dress? Oh, that color just is awful. Well, you know, maybe it's not about you and the color of the dress. Maybe it's because the person talking has a problem with that color that has nothing at all to do with you.
That's, to me, is a very difficult one. I see it a lot. You know, don't take things personally.
Eleanor Roosevelt said my favorite saying of all time, no one can make you feel inferior without your permission.
Beautiful. I like it.
And that's about not taking things personally. It's not about you. It's about the person who's talking. People talk about what's on their mind. The third one is don't make assumptions. Now, tell me somebody who never makes an assumption. I'm assuming it never happens.
That was good.
And always do your best. And this is very important too, because your best changes, and we forget that. Your best is not the same day after day. Some days it's not quite to the level that it is on other days. But if you do the best that you can under the circumstances that you're in at the time, then you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to feel bad about if it doesn't come out totally right. You did your best.
Awesome.
I've been hearing that one for a long time, and I didn't even know it was one of the 4 agreements because my son was a scout, and that is one of the scout rules or that they live by as well.
Right.
Do your best.
Yeah.
I remember that one from scouts. So that's been around for a while, I think.
Yep, Scouts honor. There you go. And Lynn, I do want to ask you, I always like to ask everybody that comes in on the show, how did you become part of the House of Light, and what led you to Donna? Because that's what I always ask. What leads you to Donna and the House of Light? So how did you come upon this wonderful group of people?
Oh my goodness, it's been a couple of years actually. I moved to the Newnan area about a little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I was very much in the mind, spirit, body type of thinking groups
Right.
up in Cobb County.
Okay.
When I came down here, how did I must have asked around and said, is there any place around here that thinks? I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't really know. Oh, well, first I used to go there when it was a bookstore.
Okay.
And then maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. One time I'm driving down the street, and it's after the COVID thing. I'm driving down the street, and I said, oh, the bookstore's gone. But what's this House of Light? And it just sounded like something I would be interested in checking out.
Okay.
I think that's how it happened.
So you came right when Donna opened up in the middle of the pandemic.
Well, no, it was a little after.
A little bit after?
Yeah.
Well, after she opened up, you come in and you notice Donna, and then you notice everything. So,
yeah.
And tell us a little bit more about just before we get into your book, a little bit more about what you do at House of Light.
Oh, well, I talked to Donna, and I had been teaching classes and doing lectures, and I'm an ordained minister, so I was doing Sunday services and that sort of thing. And so I kind of was missing being with people. And so when I came and I talked to Donna about, is it possible that I could have a little group of, maybe we just sit and talk about whatever is on their mind, and I kind of give them guidance and sort of a motivational discussion type thing.
Okay, cool.
So that's what we started doing.
Sounds good. So
It also started off with one of her beautiful hobbies.
Okay.
Because we
yes.
were going to be a knitting.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And that really fascinated me because I know the power behind creativity.
Right.
And how it can heal the body and the mind and the spirit. And when I was a little girl, I used to knit. Knit one, purl two. Had my needles and everything. And I set it down. Never took it back up.
Right.
So when she originally, approached me, I was like, ooh, I would love to do that. Because I wanted to know, can I still knit? Is it like riding a bike?
Exactly.
And because it's a beautiful thing that can really get you into a beautiful meditative state. And Lynn is a knitter, and
right.
we're also developing a YouTube channel for her discussions to be able to, or her lectures, where she can just come on, lecture, and knit while she lectures.
Oh my, that's cool.
Yeah, but she has several hats that she has knitted. So we're going to find a beautiful, beautiful place to donate to, and we're going to start selling the hats as part of a donation.
Excellent.
To help keep her keep her wisdom going and
Yes.
keeping people's heads warm. But the beautiful thing about it is everything she knits is infused with that wisdom. Reiki, call it whatever you want. Hats of love is what they'll be.
I like that. Hats
Yeah.
of love. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, actually, up till now, I've been calling them Grammy's happy hats
I like that.
There you go. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Wear
I
a
am
hat
a
and be
Grammy.
happy.
I'm a Grammy, and I do love to sit around and knit. And I realized when I made the move from Cobb County to here, I realized how much yarn I actually had. And any knitters out there know what I'm talking about. You got a stash. I mean, you just have. And I decided it's time to get rid of some of the stash. And so I started doing hats because, you know, you can knock out a hat in a day or two.
Right.
And using up that yarn. So I've got a lot of hats.
A lot of hats. There you go.
Happy hats.
Happy hats.
Love it.
And they're not perfect, but they're original, they're hand done. I don't even know how they come about. I go into the stash, I grab colors, and then I start. And it's using this wonderful power that we have in the universe that guides us if we will open our minds to it.
Right.
And I just hold the needles and do the stuff, and the patterns come. It's beautiful.
There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it. Well, Donna, let's get into the book.
Yeah, because that's a great lead-in. Like she said, the pattern just comes because she lets go and allows the divine to guide her,
Right.
the spirit, you know, the guidance. And the book she has written is called Drawing on Yourself. Demonstrate your infinite possibility by using art to examine, enrich, and expand your environment. So that, to me, in a nutshell, is what we're all here to do. We are co-creators in this universe. And what will you create? What are you being drawn to create? Doesn't necessarily have to be art. I mean, we create our day. So I mean, what do you want to create? You know, it's but we're gonna do a workshop based on this.
Oh, okay.
So, Lynn, when did you write this book?
It's been a few years, but I want to say something about the create part. Yes, we create. And even there may be people who say, well, I don't create mine. I just do this and I just do that. Well, that's your choice. And so if you're not creating beautiful life and your life is not quite as happy as you'd like it, that's your choice. You are creating it, no matter what it is. So I want people to be aware of that and know they always have a choice. You always. And even if you can't change something physical in your environment, you definitely have the power to change the way you think about it.
Yes.
And that's where everything starts, is with your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So
very true. So tell us a little bit about the book, because it will become a workshop. So the book, does it have like steps that teach you how to examine, enrich, and expand your environment?
Absolutely. The main theme is about Ima, and she's middle-aged, and she wakes up one morning and she realizes nothing changes. Life is pretty boring. Her husband gets up, goes to work, comes home, she fixes dinner, blah, blah, blah. She wants something different. She wants something more alive. And so she gets up, and what's the first thing she does? Goes online. And she discovers art lessons. So when her husband comes home, she says, we're going to take art lessons. And he's not really thrilled, but he works into it. she starts taking the art lessons, and one thing leads to another, and she finally discovers a coach, a life coach that she goes and visits, and he starts talking to her about how to expand her thinking and how to, I hate to say the C word because nobody wants to hear that they have to change. But change can be good once you work through the tough part. And that's what kind of the book helps guide you through it by doing. And there's actual art lessons. So you start out with your life as a blank page. And the first few years we don't really have much choice in. But there comes a point when we do start having a choice. And then there gets to be a point when we're an adult and we decide to actually take control of that choice. And that's what we're about, taking control and learning how to use that to our best advantage. Learning how to see opportunities that are out there and learning how to be happy. And so the lessons start with a blank sheet, and it just works from there. You start with picking a shape. You go into shading. You go into perspective. You go into all these things as you're learning how to draw a covered bridge. And at the end of all the lessons, you have a picture that you've drawn. And I've used to do some art lessons. And they go, the first 2 or 3 steps are real easy to follow, and then all of a sudden, bam, the thing is done. Drove me crazy. But this goes step by step by step by step by step. Anybody can do this. And when you're done, you have a picture of a covered bridge. And this can be a beautiful thing because you also have increased your knowledge and you have increased your ability to look into yourself and realize all of your talents, and you cross the bridge and you become a whole new beautiful person, aware of the power that you actually have always had.
That's beautiful. And you know what I think the most fascinating thing is? Your character, Ima. Did you do that on purpose?
The name?
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
I am.
I am. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I have to tell you a little part of it. Ima's got a sister who is not happy and is somewhat suicidal. And so there is a portion of the book that deals with that and what a mistake that can be, and helps you to see how to get past that line of thinking and how to hang in there, because you never know what's coming tomorrow. No matter what you have planned, no matter what your calendar says, no matter what other people tell you, you never really know what tomorrow brings, but you always know what you've got right now. So that's where your focus needs to be, is on the right now. And right now, you're here, and there's a lot of people who want you to stay here. And so there's ways, there's a little appendix in the book that tells you steps that you can use to stay here until you're able to stay here on your own.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. So Ima has a sister, Lisa, right? And she's suicidal, which is a big, big issue in the world now.
Especially today, yeah.
Yes, especially today. That's a big, big, I was telling her that's one of the side effects of COVID. There's been a lot, So this book also has an appendix in it, which does lay out steps you can take to help prevent suicide. Which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's so right. You hear that a lot. Living in the now.
Right.
Here it comes up again. I mean, how many times do we have to speak that there is only now?
Definitely so. Now, Lynn, listeners might want to know out there how they can get a copy of this book, where it's available, and all of that. I know probably some availability with House of Light too, but where can we get a copy and everything?
Well, it is available online on Amazon.
Okay.
And I haven't had a chance to speak with Donna about this yet, but I'm hoping she'll do a book signing one day.
Oh, that would be great.
Hey, she will. It's already there.
Done.
Because I have a trunk full of books.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and we will have them at the House of Light as
Okay.
well. All of our authors. We have April's
Right.
book. Vanya has her book there. We have all of our authors. We do carry their books.
Yeah, there's a library when you come into the House of Light.
Yes, we
There
do
is.
have a library too. So we do have a copy that will be on the library shelf to check out, but it will also be available to purchase in the retail shop. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a few more minutes left here on the show, and it went by very fast. So hope it was as good for you as it was for us. So
Well, I definitely want to thank you both for this opportunity. It's been fabulous.
definitely. So, well, Donna, what's coming up at the House of Light? And July is coming up, which means a full hour of the House of Light's going to be on the radio.
Oh, it's next Friday.
Yes.
So the beautiful. Well, once again, I want to tell everyone the name of the book is Drawing on Yourself. That is the title of the book that you can find on Amazon, Drawing on Yourself. And Lynn Touloupis, the House of Light has some really cool things coming up. Tonight, Karen's going to be at the House of Light doing her prophetic insights. That is a wonderful offering. It begins at 7 p.m. tonight at the House of Light. And it is available on Zoom. So if you'd like to connect, just send us an email and we will send you the Zoom link. houseoflightga@gmail.com. Then tomorrow, tomorrow. Oh my gosh, tomorrow's July 1st, people. Wow. All right, tomorrow, Saturday, July 1st at 2 p.m., Vanetta's coming back to do her fairy class. Cool. That's always a really fun class. You get to find out all about the fairy realm, and you get to make a fairy stake to put in your garden. So, love that. It's at 2 p.m. at the House of Light. And then on that Tuesday, we will be closed because it will be the 4th of July. So, we will be closed to celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., we have meditation at the House of Light. And then on the 8th of July, Janice will be back doing her demonstration of mediumship. That's always a very, very beautiful offering. It sells out quickly, so if you would like to come to the demonstration of mediumship, please call the House of Light at 470-414-6711. Make sure you've got a spot for that offering by Janice. And then that Sunday, July 9th at 2 p.m., we have Jade coming to us doing a lecture on the end of an era. Do you remember we talked about this?
Yes.
Pluto is going into Aries, and it has not happened in over 200 years. So this is something that nobody on this planet has ever experienced, this type of energy. And it's a very powerful time thing, and it's a times of change. There's that word again. It's like, oh, what's changing? Well, come find out. Come to the House of Light at 2 p.m. on Sunday, July 9th for a beautiful discussion on the end of an era, astrology with Jade. And at 5 p.m., Tara will be there doing her spirit communication group from 5 to 7 p.m. Tanisha will not be doing her Healing House Sundays for July. She will be out of town. And I was just realizing that the 7th of July is her Friday as well, but Bruce and I will be here.
Okay.
Starting July 7th at 10:30 a.m., the House of Light will present its new program, Lyrical Wisdom. So join us beginning in July for a full hour of the House of Light. Our Wisdom Cafe beginning at 10 a.m. and at 10:30, Lyrical Wisdom.
That's going to be a great brunch right there.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, and of course, everybody knows you can go on our Facebook page and find this calendar. It is always right up front when you go on Facebook. Many people are giving up social media, but that's one way. It's also on our website, so you also can go to houseoflight.com to find it. But if you go to House of Light GA on Facebook, you'll find the calendar that you can pull up for our everyday offerings. So, and we are located at 29 Jackson Street here in downtown Newnan. Our phone number once again is 470-414-6711.
Thank you, Lynn, and
You've been listening to the House of Light presents the Wisdom Cafe on 99.1 FM WQEE. The House of Light, a wellness center at 29 Jackson Street here in Newnan, is